365 Everyday Counts, and today we're going to do our neighborhood spotlight at Waste Management. You guys may be familiar with the landfill, and Andy Esser is here, and he's going to tell us a little bit more about it.
All right. Twin Bridges Recycling and Disposal Facility is permitted through the Indiana Department of Environmental Management. The entire site consists of just under 1,000 acres, with 237 of those acres permitted for waste acceptance. The remaining acres is buffer lands and also a lot of recreational facilities that we've provided for the community. Many of those, or some of those, include the Twin Bridges Golf Course, an archery club, soccer complex, and softball fields, also a trap and skeet range or club, and a remote control airfield, and a shooting range for the Danville Police Department, and also the Hendricks County Sheriff's Department.
There's a lot going on here. So one of the questions we get is how much waste actually makes its way into the landfill?
Currently, we're averaging about 3,000 tons per day coming in.
And recycling rates, has that decreased that number at all? Have you seen it go down over the years?
I believe due to recycling and diversion of waste, we are seeing that volume come down compared to where we were years ago.
Great. And the landfill, how long will it last?
At the current rates that we're filling, its life expectancy is just over 30 years.
One of the things, too, that we get asked a lot, I know that you have a piece of this pie in your hand here. We get questions about how is a landfill constructed? Because in Indiana, we used to have dumps, and landfills are not the same thing, correct?
Undoubtedly. There's a lot of engineering that goes into a modern landfill. The basics of it are the bottom of the cell is 3 foot of compacted clay, followed by this 60 mil high density plastic, which then there's a felt layer that goes across that, a foot of gravel, and then another felt layer. And the intentions of that is to promote drainage of any liquids that are in the waste, which is collected, treated on site, and sent to the wastewater treatment plant.
So all of those measures in place are to protect groundwater.
Exactly. The number one thing is environmental protection. With all that in place, and then there's groundwater monitoring to make sure that that doesn't leak. And then when the waste volume is at final grade, you mentioned pie earlier, it's sealed on top with a similar, just a little bit thinner than this, and then also 3 foot of soil over that.
And it isn't all opened up at once, is it? How is the landfill constructed? I know that we've heard about landfill cells.
Right.
What is an actual cell of a landfill?
A cell is that floor of the cell design that I talked about a minute ago, and we build in about 10 to 12 acre sections, which typically will give us 3 years of airspace, and then we progress with additional cells.
We're at the gas plant, and Andy, when we talk about decomposition and waste rotting, we talk about methane, and when you drive by you can see a flame a lot of times coming out of a pipe in the landfill. People are interested, what do you guys do with that?
Right. Well, in the past, the flares that you're asking about, it was all flared off to the atmosphere. We're very proud. We now have 4 gas plants at Twin Bridges, which are producing enough power for approximately 14,000 homes. But it's collected out of the landfill through a series of wells and into a header system and brought to one of the 4 gas plants where it's producing electricity.
Pretty cool. So that was our tour of the Twin Bridges landfill in Danville, Indiana. We hope you learned more about how sanitary landfills are constructed, how they harness the energy to be used in many households, and also learned a little bit more about what they accept and how much trash actually makes its way to the landfill. We'd like you to remember to reduce, reuse, and recycle. It does make the landfill last a little bit longer. Special thanks to Andy Esser and Beth Schmucker, who helped us out with waste management. Waste Management also let us know about some new programs they have going on as far as recycling goes. They're recycling tires and electronics and green waste. The electronics might be of special interest to you, actually, because they can take up to 3 items for $15. So it's a pretty good deal, and we hope you enjoyed, and see you next time.